taste is the Pinterest, because they are the best.
Doesn't mean that you will find consistency.
No, so do your best with hyphens. I think that's the main thing when it comes to things like overcooked. So we're looking now at BBC News website. Our headline here is browned toast and potatoes are potential cancer risk, say food scientists. So potential.
Yes, so potential, describing something possible in the right circumstances.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, so it's when it's brown toast, overcooked toast, there's a potential, a possibility that it will cause cancer.
And it's used here as an adjective.
Yep.
And it's used that way quite a lot, isn't it? I mean, you looked on the news websites.
In fact, on this very day, if you have a quick look around the web, you can find in news headlines all over the place, we've got potential takeover, potential closure, and potential target, and that's just today. Yeah. And news headline writers love potential because it sums up a lot of meaning in just one word. It's possible if the circumstances are a particular way.
Yeah.
But we can apply it to our everyday English quite easily, yeah.
It's also used quite a lot to describe a person's possible future.
Yes, we use it, yes, absolutely. We can use it to describe, often we use it in educational contexts, often in job interviews. So you interview somebody for a job, the first job, and they say, this person's quite good now, but they've got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And potential means future possibility for success, growth and development, yes.
Yeah. Do you think I have a lot of potential?
I think you could be quite a good English language teacher and producer, Neil, one day, if you keep working.
I'll keep trying.
Keep trying.
I'll keep trying. Are you saying that I have the potential to become?
You have the potential to be quite good at your job, Neil, I think.
That's another set expression, isn't it? To have the potential to do something.
It is.
Yes. Okay, now, before I get angry...
Or even browned off.
Let's look at our next headline.
Okay, because I was being a bit cheeky there.
Yes.
So, let's move on then to The Guardian. Yep. And our headline here is, Save Our Crisp Potatoes, Why I'm Browned Off About the Cancer Warning.
Okay, well, on this programme before we've talked about puns.
Yeah, puns are a play on words where you take a newspaper headline writer will take an expression which has a particular idiomatic meaning, but the meaning will comment on the story that the headline is describing.
So it's got a double meaning.
Double meaning, and usually quite sort of clever and witty and entertaining and amusing. So this is a light headline. It's not looking at the serious side of the story too much. This person is saying they're browned off about the cancer warning. Now, browned off means unhappy. If you're browned off, you're unhappy about something. But of course, the colour of these toast and the potatoes and everything else is brown.
Yep.
So it's a nice sort of circular way of saying you're not happy about brown food.
Yes.
Yes.
You were browned off this morning, weren't you?
I'm browned off quite a lot these days, but today in particular, well, I've just been on holiday. I came back, the weather's horrible, I had to get up early, so I wasn't too happy this morning. I was browned off about having to come to work, really.
Oh.
I'm happy now, though. Now I've seen you.
What a shame.
Yes.
Okay, before we recap the words we've been looking at, we have a Facebook challenge, as ever, and we've been talking about toast, amongst other foods, and everyone knows that toast is a type of food, but do you know that you can describe a person as toast? But what does it mean? Is it A, they are sunburnt, B, they are hot, or C, they are going to have serious problems? What was the reply? Okay,
so we got a lot of answers as usual. Quite a mixed response, but those who said, and I'll start with Dong Tran Van, who said, your toast means you are in a lot of trouble, and that's answer C. Exactly the correct answer. You can say something's toast, as warm as toast.
Or toasty warm.
Or toasty warm, or toasty. But if you're just talking about a person who is toast, it means they're in a lot of trouble. So, Arch Guna said C, Amir Ayub, and lots of other people, C, you're toast. It means you're in trouble.
Yeah. Am I toast?
On a regular basis. I think.
Okay, well, before I get browned off, all this abuse I've been receiving today, I will just ask you to summarise what we've talked about.
I will. And we had over, used as a prefix to mean too much. We talked about potential, which describes a possibility that can happen in the right circumstances. And then we had browned off, which means angry or annoyed.
Well, we don't want you to get browned off, so you can test yourself on this vocabulary with a quiz on our website, bbclearningenglish.com, and you can find all sorts of other videos and games and activities to help you improve your English there. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
News review from BBC Learning English.
This is a download from BBC Learning English. To find out
My photo taste is the Pinterest, because they are the best.
From BBC...
Flick to link, a link to flick.
I am holding something remarkably old. It is older than any human artifact, older than life on Earth, older than the continents and the oceans between them. This was formed over 4 billion years ago, in the earliest days of the solar system, while the planets were still forming. This rusty lump of nickel and iron may not appear special, but when it is cut open, you can see that it is different from earthly metals. This pattern reveals metallic crystals that can only form out in space, where molten metal can cool extremely slowly, a few degrees every million years. This was once part of a much larger object, one of millions left over after the planets formed. We call these objects asteroids. Asteroids are our oldest and most numerous cosmic neighbors. This graphic shows near-Earth asteroids orbiting around the Sun, shown in yellow, and swinging close to the Earth's orbit, shown in blue. The sizes of the Earth, Sun, and asteroids have been greatly exaggerated so you can see them clearly. Teams of scientists across the globe are searching for these objects, discovering new ones every day, steadily mapping near-Earth space. Much of this work is funded by NASA. I think of the search for these asteroids as a giant public works project, but instead of building a highway, we're charting outer space, building an archive that will last for generations. These are the 1,556 near-Earth asteroids discovered just last year. And these are all of the known near-Earth asteroids, which at last count was 13,733. Each one has been imaged, catalogued, and had its path around the Sun determined. Although it varies from asteroid to asteroid, the paths of most asteroids can be predicted for dozens of years, and the paths of some asteroids can be predicted with incredible precision. For example, scientists at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory predicted where the asteroid Totatus was going to be, 4 years in advance to within 30 kilometers. In those 4 years, Totatus traveled 8.5 billion kilometers. That's a fractional precision of 0.000000004. Now, the reason I have this beautiful asteroid fragment is because, like all neighbors, asteroids sometimes drop by unexpectedly. 3 years ago today, a small asteroid exploded over the city of Chelyabinsk, Russia. That object was about 19 meters across, or about as big as a convenience store. Objects of this size hit the Earth every 50 years or so. 66 million years ago, a much larger object hit the Earth, causing a massive extinction. 75% of plant and animal species were lost, including, sadly, the dinosaurs. That object was about 10 kilometers across, and 10 kilometers is roughly the cruising altitude of a 747 jet. So the next time you're in an airplane, snag a window seat. Look out and imagine a rock so enormous that, resting on the ground, it just grazes your wingtip. It's so wide that it takes your plane 1 full minute to fly past it. That's the size of the asteroid that hit the Earth. It has only been within my lifetime that asteroids have been considered a credible threat to our planet. And since then, there's been a focused effort underway to discover and catalog these objects. I am lucky enough to be part of this effort. I'm part of a team of scientists that use NASA's NEOWISE telescope. Now, NEOWISE was not designed to find asteroids. It was designed to orbit the Earth and look far beyond our solar system, to seek out the coldest stars in the most luminous galaxies. And it did that very well for its design lifetime of 7 months. But today, 6 years later, it's still going. We've repurposed it to discover and study asteroids. And although it's a wonderful little space robot, these days it's kind of like a used car. The cryogen that used to refrigerate its sensors is long gone, so we joke that its air conditioning is broken. It's got 920 million miles on the odometer, but it still runs great and reliably takes a photograph of the sky every 11 seconds. It's taken 23 photos since I began speaking to you. One of the reasons NEOWISE is so valuable is that it sees the sky in the thermal infrared. That means that instead of seeing the sunlight that asteroids reflect, NEOWISE sees the heat that they emit. This is a vital capability, since some asteroids are as dark as coal and can be difficult or impossible to spot with other telescopes. But all asteroids, light or dark, shine brightly for NEOWISE. Astronomers are using every technique at their disposal to discover and study asteroids. In 2010, a historic milestone was reached. The community, together, discovered over 90% of asteroids bigger than 1 kilometer across, objects capable of massive destruction to Earth. But the job's not done yet. An object 140 meters or bigger could decimate a medium-sized country. So far, we've only found 25% of those. We must keep searching the sky for near-Earth asteroids. We are the only species able to understand calculus or build telescopes. We know how to find these objects. This is our responsibility. If we found a hazardous asteroid with significant early warning, we could nudge it out of the way. Unlike earthquakes, hurricanes, or volcanic eruptions, an asteroid impact can be precisely predicted and prevented. What we need to do now is map near-Earth space. We must keep searching the sky. Thank you.
Flick to link, link to flick. My photo taste is the Pinterest, because there